It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys, and it comes your way next.
20 miles west of downtown Dallas, one of the league's grand settings, AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Here is the Spring League star, Jake Bates, set to get this one going. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And here we see Dak Prescott taking the field, Mike, coming off what a lot of people thought was an MVP caliber season. He finished runner-up, of course, to Lamar Jackson. And people love to nitpick Dak's game. I don't know if it's because he plays for the Cowboys and people love to hate. But regardless, he is as talented as they come. He is the leader of that team. He needs to have the postseason success that he has found in the regular season. Once he does that, I'm not sure what's left to nitpick.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Prescott. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. He'll get this out to his running back. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd down and 9. They'll throw again. Dak. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
On 4th down, the veteran Brian Anger on to punt for Dallas. Deep for the Lions, Holly Freeman. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads them out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
You see Jared Goff now taking the field, and he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, and he's certainly quieted a lot of skeptics around the league, Mike, and leading this Lions team to the NFC Championship just a season ago. He has his eyes set on taking that next step, and a strong performance here certainly help him achieve that goal. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And third down coming up.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs. Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
So, on fourth down, the Lions send out Jack Fox to punt. Cavante Turpin to return for the Cowboys. Now, fair catch, signal for, and made here at about the 43-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Second down and 3. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. Here's 1st and 10. He'll stay on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Pistol now for Prescott. Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On 3rd down, Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Here comes a return from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Lions offense ready for their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
In trouble, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss. on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And it'll be brought down right around the 40. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the play fake, Dak. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. A big play for the Cowboys. 36 yards.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
2 yards from 6 points. It is 1st down and goal. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. He'll take him down at the 3-yard line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal for Prescott. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Dak Prescott, touchdown Dallas. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and through. The Cowboys are out to a 10-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. We are through one. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. We're back to Arlington in a moment. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Goff. Working free downfield. It is Williams. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
1st down, and they stick with Gibbs. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Once again, it's Gibbs. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If you want to win in this league and have a successful defense, how you perform on 3rd down is critical. Even more so, your backs are up against the wall. The offense finds themselves down in the red zone looking for 6. Those 3rd down sacks go a long way to keeping touchdowns off the board and making them settle for field goals.
On 4th down, that brings Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Bates' kick is good. And the Lions are on the board. It's now 10-3.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And he'll be brought down past the 25. decent field position to start this drive. The Cowboys offense ready to take over once again. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll turn and hand this one off. Here's 3rd and 2. Prescott now. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. 13 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Cowboys.
I love the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. It's a really nice route. He's going to take this up the field, and then when he pulls that string back and he comes out of his break, the ball is there immediately. You can't wait for the receiver to actually look. This ball is well in the air before that receiver comes out of his cut.
They put Pickens in motion. 1st down, Prescott. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He was looking for George Pickens there. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. This pass right side, caught by Lamb. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
He's going to look for the home run ball. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
Now Aubrey for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys move out in front by the score of 17-3. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And this ball batted away and incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target, and it'll be 2nd down.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
He's inside the 40. Jahmyr Gibbs. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
That's as dynamic a run as you're going to see. He gets really good initial blocking at the point of attack. That springs him loose. But then it's just his speed and open field running that does the rest.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. He'll go play action with Goff. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Going in the wrong direction. Now second and goal from the 12. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll look underneath and finds Gibbs.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions will cut into that lead.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
Now a return coming from the 14. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. To throw is Dak. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
He's going to air this one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
These wide outside the number throws, this is where a quarterback really gets to show off his arm strength and arm talent. This puts a ton of pressure on the defense because now they say, all right, we have to defend every single blade of grass.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. To the air again. Prescott over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Again, Prescott to the air. He's got it inside the 5. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And
it is brought in the end zone. George Pickens. Touchdown, Dallas. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Aubrey now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Cowboys add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Reynolds now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Lions offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Goff. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Now a signal, timeout called. 9 seconds left to play in this 1st half. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Goff to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. So it's halftime here in Arlington with the Cowboys in front. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the halftime report. The Cowboys were treated to a fine 1st half from number 4, quarterback Dak Prescott. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime. This was an extremely one-sided 1st half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Second and a yard. Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
First and 10. Throwing here is Goff. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On second down, Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He's got the open man. That's Jalen Tolbert. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9. Handoff here, up the middle. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Dak to throw, and that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Reynolds now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Lions offense ready to take over possession of the football. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Second down and 8. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And he's going to have a 1st down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And this will be incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the 1st half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the 2nd half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Rush comes, they're setting up the screen, and he looks to be a bit short of the line, and that is going to bring up 4th down.
It came up a little bit short there on 3rd down, but I think the reality is, Mike, they've been in 4 down territory for a while now. You find yourself down multiple scores, You cannot afford to waste any of these possessions.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Second and 7. From the shotgun, it's Dak. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
They'll go with a counter on first down. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. DJ Reader, as usual, from that interior spot with the play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. And he will take this down, close to a first down. Pickup of 9. They've got him a yard short of the sticks.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
And he will have a Cowboys first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. It is 3rd and 10. They'll try to get this one on the ground. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. And this is a long one, officially 64-yard field goal attempt. That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the fourth quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Throwing on second down. Goff. He'll send it downfield for Laporta.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Here's a third down and 4. Goff to throw. That's into the hands of the receiver, Patrick. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The job of the offensive lineman is the key piece to a successful screenplay. They have to balance this fine line between stopping the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback too quick, but also let that defensive lineman think he's got a free rush at the quarterback. That's the balance and the timing that made this play so successful, and they're able to pick up the first down.
That pass caught by Amon-Ra. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
This one caught by Patrick. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
He makes one man miss, but stopped quickly. They can keep the drive alive if they get to the 4, but facing third down at the moment. From the gun, it's Goff. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. Oh, he gets it right back.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And a good push defensively. They're going to get him down back at the 10.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll stick with him again. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. 3rd down, 3 to go. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And it'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Here's Goff. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
Goff to throw again on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. On 1st down, it's Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing, Goff. Right back to Williams. They connect again. And he gets run out of bounds. A short pickup, but it's good enough for a 1st down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On 2nd down, Goff. He'll look underneath and finds Gibbs. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down. Now Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Now, Goff. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Now Goff leads the Lions for a 2-point try. Here we go. One final play. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
Just 1 second, all that remains in the football game as the kick is away. That's fielded just shy of the goal line. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win for the Cowboys. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play. And in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we say so long from Arlington.